You can have almost anything you want. That's not a motivational slogan. It's a quiet, terrifying fact. And the reason you don't already have it has nothing to do with luck, your family, the economy, or the time you were born. It's something far closer to home. And by the end of this, you won't be able to unsee it. Let's start with a feeling you carry but never say out loud. You know you were meant for more. You feel it late at night when the noise dies down and it's just you and the ceiling. A quiet voice that says, "This isn't it. This isn't the life you were supposed to live." And every morning you bury that voice under routine, under distraction, under the small comforts that keep you numb enough to function. You scroll past men who have what you want, and you tell yourself they got lucky. You tell yourself they had advantages you didn't. Sometimes that's true. But you and I both know that's not the whole story. Because somewhere out there's a man who started with less than you, carried more pain than you, faced longer odds than you, and he built the exact life you keep daydreaming about. So what does he know that you don't? Here's the lie you've been sold. The lie says wanting something is enough. The lie says if your desire is strong enough, the universe arranges itself to deliver it. So you visualize. You hope. You wait for motivation to strike like lightning. And nothing comes. Now here's the truth, and it's going to sting. You don't get what you want. You get what you're willing to become. Read that again, slowly. Wanting is the cheapest thing in the world. Everyone wants. The man on the couch wants. The man in the gutter wants. Wanting costs you nothing, which is exactly why it's worth nothing. What you actually receive in this life is the direct, brutal reflection of who you are willing to become to get it. The money, the body, the love, the respect, none of those are things you obtain. They are things you attract by becoming the kind of person they belong to. And that's the part nobody wants to hear, because becoming is hard and wishing is easy. So let's talk about the gap. There's a distance between the life you have and the life you want. That distance is not made of luck. It's not made of money. It's not made of connections. It's made of decisions you've been avoiding. Every single thing you want is sitting on the other side of a decision you keep refusing to make. The body you want is on the other side of the meals you don't want to skip and the mornings you don't want to face. The money you want is on the other side of the skill you don't want to spend 2 boring years learning. The peace you want is on the other side of the conversation you've been too afraid to have. You already know what the decisions are. That's the uncomfortable secret. You've always known. You don't have a knowledge problem. You have a courage problem. Let me tell you about a man. He had nothing anyone would envy. A job he tolerated. A body he ignored. A bank account that emptied faster than it filled. And big dreams he only spoke about when he'd had enough to drink to feel brave. For years, he lived in the gap. He wanted everything and became nothing. He waited for the right time. He waited to feel ready. He waited for motivation. And the years kept passing, indifferent to his dreams. Until one ordinary day, something broke. Not in a dramatic way. No rock bottom. No tragedy. Just a quiet, cold morning where he looked in the mirror and finally admitted the truth. No one was coming to save him. No mentor. No lucky break. No perfect moment. No version of him that would magically wake up different. If his life was going to change, he was going to have to become the one who changed it. So he stopped waiting to feel motivated. And he made one decision. A small one. He picked the single most uncomfortable thing he'd been avoiding, and he did it that day. Tired. Afraid. Unsure. He did it anyway. And the next day, he did it again. Here is what he learned, and it's the thing I most need you to hear. Motivation is a liar. Motivation shows up after you start, not before. It is a reward for action, never the cause of it. He stopped waiting to feel like it. He acted, and the feeling followed. Discipline carried him on the days desire didn't show up. And discipline, unlike motivation, doesn't need your permission. Slowly, the man in the mirror changed. Not overnight. Not in 30 days. The internet lied to you about that too. But in a year, he was unrecognizable. Not because the world handed him anything. Because he became someone the things he wanted couldn't ignore. Now let me strip away the last excuse you're hiding behind. You think you need to know the whole path before you take the first step. Yours. No one who ever built anything could see the full staircase from the bottom. They saw the first step. They took it. And the next step appeared. Clarity does not come from thinking. Clarity comes from moving. You will never think your way into a new life. You can only act your way into one. So stop demanding a map for a journey that only reveals itself as you walk it. Now let me twist the knife, because comfort is killing you and you need to feel this. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, having changed nothing. Same excuses. Same comfort. Same quiet voice at night, only louder now and angrier, because it knows how much time you wasted. 5 more years of watching other men become while you remained. 5 more years of someday. That is the most expensive word in your vocabulary. Someday is where dreams are taken to die quietly. And the cruelest part is that the cost is invisible until it's too late. You won't feel the price of the wasted day today. You'll feel it all at once, years from now, as one crushing regret for a life you were fully capable of living and simply didn't. That is the real risk. Not failure. Regret. Because failure can be fixed. You can get up from failure, but you cannot get back a decade you spent waiting. Now here is the hope, and it is real, and it is yours. The same power that can ruin you with delay can transform you with action. Everything you want is still available to you. Right now. Tonight. The man you envy was not born different from you. He simply decided sooner. And the gap between you and him is not talent. It's not yours. It is the Saiyans. You can start closing that gap with the very next one you make. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too far behind. You are exactly one decision away from a different trajectory. And then another. And then another. That's all a transformed life ever is, a chain of decisions most people were too comfortable to make. So here's your small ask. Not a fantasy. Not change your whole life by morning. Tonight, before you sleep, do one thing. Identify the single decision you've been avoiding the most. You already know what it is. It rose up in your mind the moment I said it. The conversation. The first workout. The thing you'd build if you weren't afraid. The habit you'd quit if you were honest. Don't try to do all of it. Don't try to fix your entire life. Just take the first uncomfortable step toward that one decision. Before this day ends. Make the call. Write the first page. Throw out the thing that's poisoning you. Do the first rep. It will feel small. It will feel like it doesn't matter. It matters more than anything you've done in years. Because the day you stop waiting to become ready is the day your real life begins. You don't get what you want. You become it. So stop wanting. And go become.